Good afternoon, and we are back on the day 4. Just waiting for you to come in and see if everything is working fine. I have to apologize for yesterday's background noises. Special apologies from my son, who was behind the wall expressing his emotions while he was playing with his friend. Okay, we have people coming in. If you could let me know if you can hear me and see me okay, that would be much appreciated. I can only see comments left on, I think, on either the group or my page, Dio Optimo Maximo. So anyone leaving comments on my personal profile, I won't be able to see them just now. Afterwards, yes. But I'm guessing everything is fine. And we have our 4th day. Just before we start, I just wanted to let you know that I decided to extend this event, and I'm gonna come back and do another masterclass on parental relationship and addictions as per your request on Monday. I will set up the broadcast and you'll be able to see the announcement on my social media. So I'm actually very happy that you requested that, because this is something that a lot of women is struggling with, but because it is still such a taboo, not many of women is brave enough to come out and ask those kind of questions. So I will happily share all the information I've got with you on Monday. And today is a very relaxed broadcast. First, I would like to address the question left on a private chat group. And as usual, I would like to set an intention for today's video, for today's meeting, and for everyone that will be watching us or watching the replays, because this video will be timeless and also posted on my YouTube channel. So this is my sacred intention for all the information that we shared so far, to find the right people so they can guide them home, guide them at least closer to home, so they can help them find the answers that they've been probably in search for a very long time. And for everyone that is watching, if you have any questions that I can assist you with, please, as usual, leave your comment and I will happily answer all of them. Okay, so addressing the question left by Magdalena about forgiveness. We talked a lot about energy transmutation, that every trauma and karma needs to be released and transmuted through the process of acceptance, forgiveness, and gratitude and love. And Magdalena said that she's using the method called Ho'oponopono, and she's been practicing the forgiveness that was very strongly highlighted to her yesterday when we've been communicating with her ancestor. The thing with forgiveness, as it is with gratitude and love, is that sometimes there's so much, energetically speaking, trauma or karma build up, that it doesn't take like one session, one sitting, one meditation to transmute the whole amount of energy that's been there for a very long time. And as in your case, Magdalena, we discovered yesterday that the trauma that has happened to your ancestor was then also passed on to all the women that, for example, felt that they do not want the pregnancies that they had. So you can see that this negative energy was actually spreading further, and then definitely it reached you now. So the best way to do it is to repeat the mantras that you are using, but also add words. And words are very, very, very powerful, as we know, that you are sending this forgiveness through every single timeline and dimension to reach all those who this forgiveness need. And additionally, I would just repeat the process until you internally, with the whole trust for your own to your own intuition, with the whole trust into your own heart, feel that it has been released. Sometimes it happens that specific trauma find its own specific timing where it can be released. And that can be even related to the planetary alignment, to specifically orchestrated events around you. Nevertheless, keep doing what you're doing, knowing that you are doing enough and you are doing a lot. Because also after reading Tracy's post that she's doing at least small steps, I would like to highlight that there is no such thing as a small step in a healing process. Every single step may be almost like a butterfly effect, and you never know what kind of change you are actually creating. We all are very powerful, and we all are very brave, and we all are warriors, as we've been speaking yesterday. And I wanted to also say that after those 3 days of expanding our awareness on the topic of inner child and inner teenager and the ancestral line, I hope you are now more aware that your story, the way you are today, hasn't started on a day when you've been born, but it has started actually generations and generations ago. And this whole path has been prepared for you. And now you are the missing puzzle for a picture that has been maybe waiting to be completed for a very, very long time. So always, always give yourself credit for the work that you do. And always, always honor your ancestral line. But I also hope that this class that we did yesterday made you more aware that in order to heal, properly heal, it requires like a wider perspective on the whole ancestral line, so you are fully aware of who you are and where you came from. That things that you are, that the experiences that you are going through are much older and have deeper roots than just your own, you know. So this is a very complex view. In order to heal inner child, inner teenager, we need to realize that this inner child and inner teenager pre-existed within the ancestral line. And also wanted to highlight that most of us are on a healing path right now. We all do whatever we can, and the main, I guess, goal or aim for everyone is to finally reach home, which is the unconditional love, specifically for self, which is the self-love, such a almost unreachable state, emotion, which is actually our true essence. And the topics that we discussed over the last 3 days, this is the groundwork that really needs to be undertaken if you wish to free yourself and fully embody the self-love. So I wanted to thank all of you who've been with me for those past 3 days and been active on the private chat group and been leaving a lot of comments. And I can't wait to do more work with you on Monday. And today I also brought 2 guests to today's broadcast, and these are 2 amazing ladies, beautiful souls that I had the opportunity to work with last year. They joined my group, and we've been working together on the inner child and inner teenager. We did some work on ancestral line too, but not to such an extent as we will be doing this now. However, I thought it would be nice to have them as my guests so they can share their story and the experience of working through the inner child and inner teenager with me and see what has this work done for them. So I'm going to invite now Pavla and Mariola. There you are. Hello, ladies. So good to have you. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for being my guest. This is such an honor. It seems like yesterday, practically now when I see us three on a screen that we've been working together, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it's great to be here, and thank you for the invitation. It was
Uh,
amazing for me.
um, Honestly, this is my pleasure because so much has changed also since last year, and both of you have grown so much. And the last 3 days we've been discussing the topic we've been working on last year: inner child, inner teenager, and more extended material about the ancestral line. But today I just wanted to hear about your story from before you started before we started the group last year and up until now. If you could share with us how your awareness expanded, what was your kind of the aha moment, and what really stayed with you, and how did that really help you to evolve and change and implement those changes. And if you could give any advices to those ladies that are just now approaching this path, this stage in their life. Maybe Mariola would like to go first.
Well, for me, huge sense of what brought a huge sense of relief for me was to realize that um, the the behaviors that I was not keen on, or my behaviors, or my reactions to situations, that they were patterns or behaviors or programs that were that happened, that I coded into myself when I was ever since I was born. That everything our environment affects us, and how we interpret it sometimes doesn't help, but it's all part of our lesson here on the planet Earth. So to realize that I actually can go back to it and connect with the little girl, or with a teenage girl, and we can have a conversation, either in a real, well, either spoken conversation or in the form of journaling, and to get to the bottom of it was it's just freeing.
Mm-hmm.
It,
It
it
is.
was a phenomenal discovery, and then a fantastic tool.
And how would you say that the part of shifting from your victim mentality to empowered woman helped you? How was that for you? Because we've been working a lot on that, releasing the guilt trip in everyone around us, and finding the lesson in everything.
I mean, I used to be very much heated. Yeah, I mean, I used to be very much about, oh, he did this to me, or she did that to me, and it's really not that. It's Now I'm curious. It's, oh, this is, yeah, you're so much more connected with yourself,
Mm.
and you look at your responses or reactions, and you're curious. You don't tell yourself off anymore. You don't belittle yourself anymore. It's like, oh, where is this coming from? Let's have a look. Let's have a chat.
Yeah. And would you say that the energetic ways of healing the inner child that we've been going through on a quantum level, how we can transmute those timelines, helped you to kind of have a clear vision on what is going on in the energy field?
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, it was. I was very new to all this. I think courses like this happen, at the perfect time for you, and I think I was very ready for it. And
Mm.
even though I had no idea, what's about it, um, but it was, yes, it helped a lot. It's Sometimes it was a matter of 20 minutes, a 20-minute session, and something changed.
Yeah,
You
because
don't need to know what change, you just feel the change.
Mm.
It's amazing.
And what do you remember the most from the time that we spent together? What was the biggest change?
Mm, well, lighter energy.
Hmm.
Definitely the victim mentality is was left behind. Also connecting and healing ancestral lines. Oh, they
Mm.
were very moving and emotional sessions. Very beautiful. Yeah, very, very special moments.
And after this trip, this journey that we took, would you say that your relationship with mom and dad has changed? Or how that even affected your child, your relationship with your child, or any other relationships that you have in your life?
Well, I mean, my daughter is she's 9, and she's my mirror. So whenever well, I don't say it anymore, but we used to say whenever she was playing up. Now I know that there is no such thing as playing up. She was either showing me things that I needed to work on, or things that I maybe never noticed or thought about. It's a completely different perspective. It's my relationship with my daughter improved a lot, and I feel more confident within myself as a, and yeah, and the parent with my parents. Um, yeah, you see things from a completely different angle.
Mm.
Mm, it's yeah, you have more wisdom, more understanding, more self-awareness,
Mm.
for sure.
Okay. Thank you so much, Maria. I'm gonna get back to you, but I'm sorry, just realized that Pavla will have to leave in 15 minutes, so I don't want to really, miss out on that. Pavla, Millie, because during the course you actually changed your name, you freed your inner wild woman, and it was such a transformational moment for you. Let me know, please. How do you remember the whole journey that we took together? What was for you the biggest discovery and then change, the internal change? Um, how do you perceive yourself from before and after? Because I know that we are all together still continuously on the same journey, but you receive the tools that you can work with yourself.
Mhm. First things first. So thank you for the invitation. I'm really happy to be here and honored.
Yeah.
And I can't believe that it's less than a year since
Mm-hmm.
that course we were taken, because so much has happened since then.
Mm-hmm.
Like in my inner world and in my outer world as well. So, well, I remember quite a lot aha moments during that course. I remember that it was really intense for me because our sessions were really like powerful and very emotional sometimes, and it
Mm-hmm.
was really really intense course for me. But I really gave it a priority because the first time, well, I knew I wanted to be in your course even before you told me about the course. So I felt just few days or weeks like, okay, like inner child, that's the topic I need to work on. Like if really I need somebody who will guide me through this process. And
Mm-hmm.
then it was like boom boom. And if I remember it correctly, I contacted you that I felt you are the one for me. And then you were like, oh yeah, I'm planning to do
Yes.
just crazy.
First we sign up.
So yeah, so I felt it just before the course. So if like for the ladies who are maybe here hesitating if to step into it or not, just if you feel it's for you, it is for you definitely. Like that's just just listen to yourself. That's the best key. Like don't give a shit to anything else. Just listen to yourself. So yeah, I remember the sessions on ancestral lines, which were very powerful for me because
Mm-hmm.
meditations Dominica was guided us through were really really powerful, and a lot of things it was quite new to me. And I remember it was like a magic, like something happened, as Mariola said, like something happened and I felt it. I didn't know exactly what, but it was so powerful, and a lot of things changed in not only in my life and in my reality, but on many levels. Like I felt it in my brother's family, in my like ancestral lines. So it really went like through many
Yeah.
timelines and collapsed realities. I remember another aha moment was for me procrastination, because you gave me completely new like perspective on procrastination and what is it and what it meant, because it was really bothering me in
Mm.
in those days. Connection with addictions as well, because the inner child was connected with the addictions I felt for myself. I was just like addictive to something like sugar or something like
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
And yeah, and for me the biggest gift was to surrender, because
Mhm.
you really empowered me with your energy and with your support, which is endless, and I really want to appreciate that again and again, because I've
Mhm.
never I've been in many courses, and I'm really grateful for each of them, because each of them gave me a lot on different like levels. But you are for me special, because you are in love, and it can be felt just on in every cell of my body, that you are in love and you're guiding the people in love, and you're just like such a powerful creator, and you are empowering other people to know, not believe, not just like maybe think, but to really know that we all are powerful creators.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Mhm.
So in those days I remember the biggest gift for me was to surrender, because I
Mhm.
felt really strong and empowered by you and by the group, because the group of
Mhm.
women was incredible, and I'm having goosebumps,
Me too.
because
Me
the
too.
community was so strong, and I felt so safe and vulnerable. I could have allowed myself to be vulnerable, to show you my tears and be really angry and be furious and really like let the emotions go through me, and I wasn't afraid that, oh well,
Mhm.
they won't like get it, because all of us were in the same process and the
Mhm.
same room, supporting each other, and we were sharing really intimate, really very intimate topics we probably never told anyone.
Yeah, that's
So it
true.
was really powerful for me, and I stepped into my divine feminine much more than ever before. And I was so support. I felt such support from not only you, but from all the women, that I felt it, and I really was like in blossom, and I allowed
Mhm.
myself to be more crazy and more feminine and dance more and to breathe more and be more sexual. And I was telling stories about my new discoveries in sexuality, and it was really empowering for me. Yeah, so many aha moments, many gifts I got, and a lot of things changed. And when you asked Mariola about the relationship with parents, I wouldn't think about it, but I realized that a lot of things changed in my relationship to my parents,
Mhm.
because I'm much more in acceptance with them and with their characteristics, let's say, especially with my mom's. When I was really something was really bothering me, that she's not the way I want her to be. And now I'm quite okay with it. I'm not saying that I'm not complaining, like never, but I'm much more appreciating her strength and like the I simply more appreciate her in many ways.
Just because she is, yeah.
And I really also feel more independent from them, because
Mhm.
last year I felt strong connection, but unhealthy connection in like in my at my age, unhealthy connection to my parents. And now when you ask Mario that question, I feel there is no strings attached, like there is no like the unhealthy connection is gone. So my
Mm.
aha moment is just now. So thank you for that. So many things have changed and are still changing. And yeah, I remember that I was like transmuting from 3D reality to 5D reality. And when the course was in progress, I felt really like really high up and downs, really deep downs. So I was just like swimming from really high vibrations and amazing, everything is amazing, everything is possible, I'm like I can do anything, to just okay, like shit, like nothing happens for me and life is happening to me. So victim mentality, and I was just switching in days, in hours. So yeah, so it's different too.
It was the bridging process probably that we also discussed, that the ego will be fighting for its own, survival, and will be creating this, lower vibrational experiences so we can, stay without changing what we want to change. But I also wanted to emphasize on what you said, that you managed to step into your divine feminine self much smoother. And the reason for that on an energy level, if you are vibrating as a little child, there is no way you can step into a role that is, pure divine woman. So well done on this. And I also just have to share that the moment that I remember the most was you changing your name, freeing yourself from the name, and jumping off the furnitures when we've been working on your dad. That was such a freeing experience. And the group, yes, the group is always. I said that I think on a day one this week, that there is never a coincidental group, that two or more universes cannot collide with each other if there is no mutual vibration between. Therefore, we've been a perfectly orchestrated group when we've been doing this work. And every group that I work with is always a very private, very safe, and the container, the energy within the group is always the priority in it. It's my goal always to keep it, um, just in love, as you said, surrounded with love and support and strength. So that's always my goal. Thank you so much, Millie. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. Do you have to go now? Yeah, it's 27 past.
I have 3, 4, 5 minutes. So
5 minutes. Mariola, I'm going to go back to you, and just wanted to ask you if you would like to add anything to the way the course was created, because this year I decided to actually completely base the group on a surrender mode. We did the surrender at the beginning of the group last year. We've been surrendering our inner child and all the work to the higher power. But this year I wish for all the women to even more lean on the universe within and allow the healing to come in. Would you say that the surrender part is important as for you as a woman?
Oh, I think it's really important, especially for those who feel that they haven't been in their feminine energy. A lot of women out of wounded masculine energy. If the feeling is that you have to constantly hustle and you constantly you do so much and there's never enough, and then you try to think of other solutions, then you look to other people for advice or for solutions, and you just feel exhausted, then to the concept of surrendering suddenly is going to be challenging, but is much needed.
It's very liberating. It's a difficult one because it's like a bungee jump for most of us. It was like a bungee jump, but it's so liberating, and it allows you to kind of reconnect you with this magic behind the veil, literally.
And it just, it gives you a break.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Millie, before you go, I just wanted to quickly ask you one more question, and then the same question for Mariola. For those who, for example, been doing some work, but are just looking at the aspect of inner child, inner teenager, and there's this, oh my God. And then there is this ancestral line as well. And there is this, it's obvious that it may be overwhelming, that there is so much work that needs to be done. What would you advise?
Well, I'm having goosebumps again because I really didn't want to go through the process. I really wanted to avoid healing my inner child because it's quite heavy to can be in some ways like quite heavy topic. But now I would say I would be really really grateful if I went through healing my inner child and started working on it much earlier, because I think healing the inner child is the like number one in
Mhm.
self development, because all of the things I had been doing, and I was quite fanatic about self development courses. It was, I can't say it was for nothing because everything was very valuable for me, but the work with inner child, the healing my inner child connected with the inner girl inside me. And Dominica's like one of the greatest thing is the concept of inner, not only on a inner child but inner teenager as well, because I've never been thinking about inner teenager. I was just like, okay, child, yeah, many traumas, yeah, many like limitations, yeah, definitely, okay, I know about it, but I wasn't aware of the teenage age, which was really influential, and I just was like avoiding it. I wasn't, it wasn't in my awareness. So when I was connecting during the course with not only the girl inside me but with the teenage girl
Mm.
who went through many like difficult stages, and I could have like hugged her and let her tell me what was bothering her, what was like suffering she was suffering. So it was very powerful. So I would recommend it to anybody on the planet Earth. I like that,
Mm.
I like this, and as Mario said, because it's so strongly important. And I was trying to make my own like online business, and I wasn't successful. It was still like playing, not working, and I was still in the victim mentality, in the inner child. So I it wasn't possible for me to
Yeah.
go like strong and power, like be powerful, because I was still like a kid. I was still like a child. I was like, oh, okay, this doesn't work. Oh, okay, so what should I do? What should I do? And I was doing it for a week, and then I gave it up, and then I just tried something else, and I wasn't like consistent. I was refusing making my own schedule. I didn't want to take the responsibility, and I couldn't
Yeah.
have. It wasn't
Mm.
just like I didn't want to. I wanted to, but on some subconscious levels, I wasn't able to do it because I was in inner child energy. So I just
Yeah.
possible.
Energy is everything, and it is so crucial to actually also build the awareness on the energy flow within you, the life force energy flow within you. And then if it's not healed and it's not flowing, how it's going to be affecting your finances, your business, as you said, your success, business and success, because these are two different parts, because success is mom, business is dad. And relationships with men, why are they cheating on me, or why they do are emotionally unavailable, or why they are walking away. All that is interconnected. Everything is an encoded information, everything. And it's I'm happy that you said that before it was for you very inconsistent to actually build a safe space around yourself and within your business, within your life, because I was doing exactly the same thing. I was sending my inner child to business courses. I was sending my inner child to financial courses. I was sending my inner child to the sex coaches, just everything. And she was like,
Oh
no.
my god!
That's when the procrastination also started, and I wasn't understanding what was going on. But it was just, this child, she was like, oh my God, fed up, and this knowledge is really gold, because sometimes it takes a tweak within the energy field to have this butterfly effect and change things dramatically on so many levels. Like you said, Pavla, it has it has effect on your brother's life and other people in your family life, because the energy basically spread and the life force starts streaming. So I thank you so much for sharing this experience, and I hope that more and more women can honestly free themselves, so they can start the day not thinking about all the obstacles they will have to overcome, but how can I beautifully and freely express my true, beautiful, inner loving self? How can I create the life for myself today? Not being in fear, not being in a constant struggle, not being in constant battles with everyone around them and being stuck in a victim mentality, because I teach everything that I experience myself, so I know exactly how it is.
Yes, and as Mariel said, like never enough. It was for me. I was never enough to anything and
Yeah.
for everything. Okay, I need to go. So thank you very much for
Thank you so much,
inviting
Papa.
me.
Let's
Enjoy.
catch up soon. Bye. Bye bye, darling.
Lovely to see you. Bye.
It was so good to see her, wasn't it? Like,
Yes,
the time does not exist. It's true,
it's
honestly.
it's true, and now it's. I just remember our group, and it's what a wonderful group of women it was, and it felt very safe. And there is no coincidence. We were all part of one another's journeys.
Hmm.
It's beautifully orchestrated. Mm.
Everything. And Mariola, would you have any advice for those who may feel a little bit overwhelmed approaching the work of an inner child and inner teenager?
I actually remembered that your course, Dominica. And by the way, I knew because you mentioned it to me before it was ready. So at that time, the first time you mentioned it to me, I knew I was going to be on that course.
I think
So
I was.
that was, but
I think I
but it
was.
wasn't the first.
Sorry, I was sorry because I had interruption, and sorry, I didn't know that you were talking. But I remember that after our first class, I sent you a message and I said, Mariola, I feel like I was born to do this. I feel like.
You certainly were, yes. Yeah, I actually remembered that your course was not the first time when I had contact or came across the inner child. Although the inner teenager, it was on your course for the first time, and it was eye opening. But the first time round, it was a book. It's still somewhere on my shelf. I started reading it, never finished it. The second time round, I think it was something more. It was something bigger. I think it was a webinar that I wanted to attend, but I didn't. And it just came to me that opportunities for you to learn a particular lesson if you have to learn that lesson. Because I don't know, maybe had I read that book, maybe that would have been enough. But I didn't. And so if this so I'm really, really glad that I took the course when I did, because you're otherwise I probably would have been stuck in that same energy thinking, and with that old vision of life, of myself first of all, and knowing what I know now. Gosh, I'm really glad that I did the course.
I guess my aim is also always not to. I mean, not to play with women's awareness, but whenever we do like a inner work, which is some may say, okay, it's tough, it's overwhelming, it's gonna maybe be boring, maybe I'm not necessarily so fond of doing all that work, but my passion is to kind of combine that with all this magic behind that. This is why I implement the quantum physics and explain the energy work on a quantum physics level, and we've been implementing meditations and journeys through consciousness and hypnosis to kind of make it fun, make it exciting, make it it was for you to discover all those truths within yourself yourself, not for me to discover them for you, because it would be very, very egoistic almost if I would just say, let me just sit, do the energy work, remove all the trauma, and it's done and clear. No, we all came here to go through those lessons, very bravely choosing those lessons, knowing that we can go through them. So this awareness is very much needed, but at the same time, to start touching this magic, and moving that veil away and tapping into this limitless potential within us, especially as feminines. uh, that's the magic, I think, that is really working for women. That is not like a book that you read from one page to the last page, and then you decide whether you will do some exercises, journaling. No, it's a journey. It's a beautiful journey, and
Yeah.
it's being done in a group.
Oh yeah, and you just I mean, you can have a plan, but you just never come up. And this is the beauty of being in a group, and because it's living energy.
It
And
was.
you also mentioned the fun aspect, which is hugely important because children like to play.
Yes.
And I think you highlighted it for us as part of the course. And yeah, you just realize that life doesn't have to be serious
Yeah.
or difficult or heavy. We can choose a different attitude.
A completely different one, especially that those inner children, if we had to grow up too fast and we had been having those traumas from very young age, to have fun is a crucial ingredient of the medicine that we've been, consuming during the course. Even though, as Pavla said, it was intense, therefore, but I think our group was just over a month, and this time it's going to be 3 months, because I decided, to make it more extended in time, so there's more time, less intensity, more fun, more time to integrate everything. But nevertheless, we did have so much fun. We had the private closed group where we've been sharing absolutely everything, all the naughtiness and craziness, as well as tears. There was loads of tears, loads of release. But yeah, it was such an amazing journey. We created so many friendships from that as well, and we even managed to do a gathering, physical gathering after the course, when we
Oh, it
met,
was lovely.
when the
Yes.
lockdown wasn't so severe, and we met and we celebrated our inner little girls together. It was
Yes.
amazing.
It was a beautiful finale to we could do that. And it's great. I think if you have more, if now the course is 3 months, I
Mm.
think you will have more space, I don't know, to observe
Yeah, to be in
what
and
is
out.
happening.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, definitely. Because one of the aspects for the feminines is actually to learn to be in and out, and then again surrender. Because the divine feminine, she knows she's always supported, she's always guided. She's not in her head; she's in her heart, always in a receiving and receptive mode. And this is crucial to be in and out. It's crucial for you, to kind of withdraw yourself from this headspace and living in the past and in a future constantly. So this is one of the steps. That we took together, and we still taking, right.
Oh yeah.
So yes.
I mean, it's. I think we will always have challenges. Otherwise, we wouldn't be
Yeah.
here on the
So much.
on
It's
on the earth. But the tools that we got as or learned as part of the course, they just you just approach things from the place of strength, inner strength.
Yeah.
And who's if something is coming up and say, oh, okay, this is the little girl speaking, let me attend to the little girl first, and then we can deal with
Yeah.
whatever is happening in the external world.
I think the crucial question we've been asking ourselves often was, okay, something is coming up now. How old is the version of me that is
Yes.
experiencing that? And that was
Oh,
we've been connecting a lot with higher self, which was also, a key component for everyone to actually tap in with this connection. Because if we are stuck in the masculine controlling energy, distorted masculine energy, we want to be in control all the time. And by that, we are stuck in a head, and the connection with the higher self is completely blocked. There is no space for receiving the guidance. Whereas we've tried to connect with higher self constantly. So we are being guided, and the wisdom comes from a much higher place, much higher perspective. So altogether, even though we've been working predominantly, on the inner child and teenager and ancestral line, we've been working on ourselves as women, reconnecting with that feminine side to us. And oh my God!
And actually, I just remember that when before I started the course, I wasn't that. I want to say I wasn't that good at visualizing, but I think I wasn't able to connect to my higher self before the course. But with this is the best thing ever. With practice, anything can be achieved. So over the time our course lasted, this your exercises and our practice together really helped. It stays with you. This is something, it's not a weekend webinar. You are in this energy now for 3 months. This is amazing. This is like Christmas, or 3 months of fabulousness.
I just wanted to say that Mariola became such an expert now in communicating with her higher self.
Oh yeah.
But if someone would tell you that before, you wouldn't probably believe.
Oh, come on.
Just look at the difference.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's I love it. I absolutely love it, and it's I can feel it in my body now. I know whether something. It's fantastic.
Yes, because we've been working on the body messages, how to read the body messages, and whenever girls had any physical sensations or pains, I was able to assist them because we did a lot of this work at QHHT, which is the Quantum Healing Hypnotherapy, and Dolores Cannon gave us a lot of information about that. And Julie, her daughter, she wrote the whole book, so we could scan everything, what is happening. Is it the masculine side? Is it the feminine side? Is it the ancestral line? Is it mine? Is it not mine? So it's all together. It built up such a massive package of tools that we've been really using during that process.
I mean, I really appreciated the fact that because you don't know what is going to come up during the process, and when things were coming up, you were able to draw on your many experiences or many skills and talents that you have. Just because we're doing this, it doesn't mean that you can't draw on this skill or that experience. It was brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, I think the great part of this whole group that we had was that we really took it with the flow, and it wasn't mechanical, it wasn't planned. The only thing that was planned, we knew we had to go through inner child, inner teenager, and the ancestral line. We've been extending the hours during the process, sometimes, adding some extra lessons. Whatever was coming up, the support was there for everything. Yes. So it wasn't like, no, we're not going to touch base on this one because it's not related to the topic of inner child. No, whenever was something new, we've been implementing not only mine but all, as Pavla said, we've been all working on ourselves, supporting each other and guiding each other, listening to our inner deep intuitions, and it was so nice. Yeah,
and I remember when we first started, you well, you don't know the other women in the group. Is this course also for women?
This is for women, yeah.
For women. So you don't know, but now looking back, I mean, you just trust that these are the perfect. This is the perfect team for you. yeah, it was. We shared a lot of moments. You know, someone says a word, and you know that this is a message
For you.
for you. It. And I know, even though I have experienced it many times, and now I know this is how it works. But it's still it's mind blowing
Mm.
about it, that we are all, all can be messengers for one
Right.
another.
Yeah, and I just wanted to quickly finish that. As we are all evolving, so much has happened for me as well in my life, and the expansion of my consciousness and allowing myself to step into my gifts, because some of the gifts were too scary for me a year ago to use them during, for example, our course, like channeling, right? Although I believe that I channel quite a lot, not even realizing that I am. But this time I feel so okay with, direct connection with the spirit, and allowing the channeling, maybe even trance channeling. So I'm really excited, and I can't wait for the magic to be, revealed in front of us, when we will be creating those new realities, healthier realities for
Yes.
ourselves.
And I'm so delighted that you feel ready to share your talents
Yes,
with us.
because Mariola actually knows that I probably said that to you a few times, that Mariola, I'm not sure if I'm ready. I'm not sure if I'm good enough. Should I be doing that openly? Should I be sharing that with others? And I obviously knew that, yes, the answer is yes, but you have to feel kind of ready and comfortable. And oh my God, I just feel such a wave and stream of this life force energy and readiness to do it. And this is another piece of this magical piece of this magical tool that we'll be reaching for, during the course. And the thing is that whatever gifts one person in a group has, whenever you are exposed to it, you are being kind of opened energetically to it. So you never know what may, be
Yes,
unlocking within you as well. So amazing. Yeah.
I think it's true, and I think it's because you know what you know, and you know what you would like to do, but we are held back by whatever it is. But there will be a moment where the thought of and the joy of sharing what you know with others, and focusing on how much good it can do for others, outweighs the fear of whatever it is a beautiful moment, because you still, there are still, it's new things that you're trying, and
Mm.
but you do them despite the fear, and how the universe supports you
Hmm.
is just is beautiful. We are
Hmm.
we are all loved very, very much,
Unconditionally. we
unconditionally.
are we are it. That's our essence. Right. Thank you so much. I will be doing, as I said at the beginning, another class on mom and dad, and I will be giving more information how that specifically affects our businesses and finances, and our inner world and outer world. And as per your request, I will be talking more about the addictions and compulsive behaviors. This is, however, a very big topic, and I actually been working on addictions so much that I could probably write a massive book about it. So the information I'm gonna share will be some crucial, ground information, but I'm pretty sure that someone needs them. And the compulsive behaviors and addictions are discussed in a much broader perspective during the course as well, because it's like Pavla said, she wasn't even aware that she had an addiction.
Mhm.
Addictions are so common, and we should never be afraid to openly speak about them. I know that from my own experience. This is absolutely normal. This is just an outer expression of something that is within you. an energy that is within you. So the energy within you needs to be found, the root cause needs to be found, transmuted, and then the external disappears, because it cannot be reflected in your outer reality anymore, because you're only projecting out what you have within. There's no other way. There's no other way. No other way. So I'm going to do this class on Monday, and then on Tuesday I'm going to give all the details about the course, exactly when it starts, the whole structure. But again, it will be all done in a flow mode, and it's going to be extended to 3 months instead of 1 month, definitely.
I feel so happy for everyone who joins your course. Seriously, this is going to be so beautiful.
It's going to be so much love.
And fun.
And fun. Yeah, and you know what? And so much wisdom, because to expand your awareness, to switch your logician within you, it's so amazing. It's so amazing. And then be in your heart, beautiful.
And your higher self will never let any harm come to you. So if you're not ready for something, it will just not be shown to you. Oh wow.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mariola, for joining me today. Thank you for being my guest.
Thank you for the invitation, sweetheart.
Thank you for all the kind words. And please, if you have any questions, leave the comments or leave a message in a private chat group, and I will obviously happily answer them. And for now, I wish you a beautiful Friday. I'm having a great interview today with Eddie at 7 p.m. UK time, where we will be discussing the plant medicine journey. Oh my God, I have so much to share with you. Oh my God. Mandatory plant medicine. I hope that YouTube will not ban this video because I said it. But I have such a profound experience to share with you, and Eddie will share his guidance on it as well. For those who are considering whether they are ready for the plant medicine or not, because this is definitely not something to be approached from the egoistic or like a child, like an inner child, fun point of view. No, this is a serious thing that is for us and is to help us to heal, to expand, to experience. But definitely it needs to be the person that is considering this should know the facts, when is the right time to take it, how does it feel, if you are ready, and what you may expect, what is the safe environment, to go through this kind of journey, and different types of journeys as well. So I'm very happy to reconnecting with my friend Eddie. And if you have time to pop in at 7 p.m. today, please do, because we have some wonderful, magical stories to share with you. Magical. Magical. So excited I am. I love you so much, Mariola. Thank you so much. Thank you for everyone who was watching. Thank you, Megan. I see you've been watching. Thank you also for your constant active participation and leaving me questions. I love to read them. I love to answer them, and I can't wait to see you on Monday. Thank you.
Thank you very much.